Hey everyone, I'm Doug Pugh with the NFHS Network, and I'm back as we continue to recognize our Florida Dairy Farmers Academic All-State Team based on students' academic and athletic accomplishments as well as their extracurricular activities and community service. And right now, we're joined on the line by a young lady from Oviedo High School who finished her career in the top three of her graduating class with a perfect 4.0 GPA. She was named a National AP Scholar while also being named All-Conference in tennis, golf, and soccer for the Lions, and will be attending Georgia Tech in the fall with plans to major in aerospace engineering. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Elizabeth LeBlanc to the show. Liz, thanks so much for joining us, and congratulations on the honor.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so aerospace engineering at Georgia Tech, those kind of go hand in hand. What is it about that major that you want to continue on down the future?
As a kid, I would always be like, I want to be an astronaut. I want to be an astronaut. And I've always been like, always interested in like looking up at the stars and like what's up there. And when I hit high school, I really found out that I loved the STEM subjects, math and science, and I was like, engineering. It seems like the place to be for me. And so I really got an interest in aerospace engineering.
And you won the state math competition, finished in the top 10 at the Beta Club Nationals. And of course, we mentioned you'll be studying aerospace engineering. So it's fair to say that math is your favorite subject. Am I correct?
Yes, I love math, and I've loved it as long as I can remember. Like I remember in third grade in this aftercare program, I'd be asking the teachers like, "How do you do the square root? How do you square things?" And in middle school, I would teacher assist my teacher for math. And this year, I would go and hang out with my math teacher and help grade papers in the morning before school. Yeah, the thing I love about math is that there's always like a finite answer, and I love just getting that answer and the feeling of accomplishment.
Well, it's like young Sheldon says, if they didn't want you to solve the quantitative theory, then they wouldn't have put a crayon at your table while you were waiting on your food. You were one of those kind of jostling notes down and all that good stuff. So you had an incredible career at Oviedo, starring in those three sports, being recognized as all Seminole County. When you look back, what will you remember most about playing those sports?
I really love the competition, but like the thing I'll remember most is my teammates and the adventures we had. Like in soccer, I'll always remember the bus ride to regionals and the excitement we had on that bus ride and us singing, not very well, but singing, and the great team bonding on that team. Like in tennis, I'll remember also going to regionals and being our whole team was so surprised. Like we didn't think we could do this, and just the excitement from that. In golf, I remember just the little competitions of putting on the greens. I'll always remember us laughing and playing.
Now, you're a big traveler. You've been to over 20 countries, and you had quite the experience on your last trip, though. Cuéntanos más sobre tu experiencia en Peru.
My experience in Peru, we left for this spring break. We were thinking that it was a safe country to go to because it had very little cases of the coronavirus. But then 3 days later, the president came on at like 8 p.m. on the TV, and he's like, "We're closing down the borders for 2 weeks with like no warning." And so we tried to get out the next day, but we couldn't because the airports were just super crowded of everyone trying to get back to their country. So we got in Lima though, and we got to a safe part of town, thankfully. But we were stuck in a hotel for 2 weeks. It was scary and definitely a different experience from all my other travels. Like I remember we'd go to the grocery store, which is like the only place you were allowed to go to, and there would be just police and military all over the streets, and like the line to get into the grocery store would like wrap all the way down the block, and we'd have to wait a while. But the sad part is that the next day we were going to go to Machu Picchu, but we didn't get to do that since the president said close borders.
Well, at least tell me you had the experience of sampling some of the different ceviches down there, which is what that country is known for.
No, we didn't. Mm-mm.
Oh
Sadly,
man, you
I'll have
missed
to go
out.
again.
Yeah, well, I mean, darn, I guess you'll have to go back to one of the most magical places on earth. And speaking of Machu Picchu, of course, do you have a favorite country aside that you've traveled to in those 20?
Yes, South Africa. I love the safaris, and we got like chased by a baby rhino, and like the mother was chasing the baby rhino, so it was just a whole line. All the safaris were so unique though to see all the animals. That was definitely my favorite.
Well, I don't know what's more impressive, your GPA or what your passport must look like. Did you? How did you get into the traveling abroad like that? Obviously, your parents had to have a love for it, and they just drug you along, and you soaked it all in like a sponge, huh?
Yeah, my mom's especially is super into traveling, and I really love it, and I want to continue traveling. Like one time I went to 2 weeks in Paris with my friend, and I definitely want to have more memories like that with friends going out to different countries, just experiencing different cultures.
Well, it's certainly a little bit different than going down to Disney World or Epcot and traipsing around there. You're doing the real thing. And Liz, we can't wait to see what you do on the next level. Maybe you'll become that astronaut or design the next space shuttle that'll take us all up there and we'll hang out. Maybe we'll separate from this pandemic at some point. Congratulations on the honor, and we wish you nothing but the best in the future.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're quite welcome. And remember, with the support of the Flirty Dairy Farmers Association, you can check out these videos on the FHSAA's Twitter page and their Facebook page. That's all for now. Thanks so much for joining us.